Leo, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. We're in the midst of Cancer season. We're coming up on a full moon in Capricorn. Nothing too crazy, in my opinion. I mean, we have a lot going on, right? A lot that is kind of shifting and changing and really shaking up the dynamics of our life, so to speak. Things that maybe are unexpected, or we didn't think that they would go down this route, etc. Things where we're having to take a step back, make new plans, reevaluate. I should say reevaluate first, then make new plans. And Pluto and Neptune are currently in retrograde. Saturn and Mercury will follow this week. Retrogrades really slow things down. They give us an opportunity to take a better look at what's happening in our life. Neptune and Saturn are in Aries, and they're right on top of each other. So I feel like we're learning to trust ourselves on a deeper level, not just brushing things under the rug, or the idea is that we don't, so that we don't miss out on the message. We don't miss out on whatever our intuitive guidance is telling us. Sometimes that feels easier said than done though, right? And that's exactly kind of why that stuff is being highlighted right now. It's also why I like to start off the readings with an energy cleansing. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Cleanse out any places where we're feeling blocks, obstacles, limitation. It's a really good time to set your own intention as well, Leo, especially if you've come in with something on your heart or mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over, be open to receive. It is a really great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, definitely hit me up. I would love to help support in whatever way possible. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, Leo, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. All right, Leo. So I'm hearing be careful this week. Be careful that you're not moving too quickly through something, missing the lessons, missing the underlying value. I feel like this was part of your reading last week. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it has I'm sorry, but it has this energy of you seeing that you're trying to push through something too quickly, you're just ready to be on to the next thing, and almost knowing it might be detrimental, it might trip you up if you don't kind of slow down, but still pushing ahead, right? Still kind of wanting the next thing. I don't know. I think that right now, and just in the astrology, as I probably just said, it's retrogrades are asking us to slow down. Retrogrades are asking us to really reevaluate. Evaluate our commitments. Evaluate what is going on around us. And sometimes with fire energy, it can be very quick to leave. At the first sign or hint of something going wrong, it can be you know what, I'm on to the next thing. And this is hard not to temper. Sometimes we need to kind of balance that out. Earth energy is very good for you in regards to balancing things out. And right now, Mars is in Virgo. So Mars is that action potential. It is the thing that moves things forward in our life. And it's been weirdly aspected. There's been a lot going on with Mars over the last few months, and it is really asking us to slow down, to build a stronger foundation. Again, Mars kind of has a hard time with it. Just like I was picking up in your energy, it's like ready to be on to the next thing. Perhaps because you have had distance space from someone, something for quite some time. So it almost has this illusion that like, either it's been long enough. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. It's been long enough. It's been long enough. So then you can move ahead and do whatever you need to do. It looks like I'm seeing this as maybe starting something new with someone else before something is completely closed out. Ace of Cups. I'm not accusing you of anything. Please don't hear it as that. But I'm getting this vibe of like, there's something that still has some loose ends, right? Something that needs to have a little bit more closure. And I do feel like this is specifically for you. Where maybe there are some open wounds that will affect you going forward if it's not dealt with, if it's not addressed. But it kind of looks like you have something good coming in, right? Or something that is presenting itself that it is hard to say no to. Because it does look like you're taking a chance on this thing. It could be someone who is reaching out from a distance. Maybe it's someone who's like wanting you to move. Maybe it's an opportunity to move for a new job, etc. That type of thing. Okay, so we get the moon. So a lot of things that are up in the air. There's a lot of secrets. I feel like you've maybe kept something to yourself for some time. Perhaps you are communicating this, or maybe you have just communicated this. If you haven't said anything yet, it kind of feels like you are. If you've already said something, then you kind of like just waiting on the right time. And you feel pretty confident about this because you're in this place where you're like, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with the BS anymore. Like you have put up your boundaries with someone. I feel like you have had to speak your truth, and perhaps in a very like loud and blunt way is what I'm seeing. Again, something that like probably you have this does feel like a past commitment, but also something that you've been trying to get away from for quite some time. This is making whomever, whatever is involved pretty emotional. Like lack of expectations fulfilled, right? Like there's something about this where they're feeling like you didn't give them a fair shake, you didn't give them an opportunity, or something along those lines. Like it just wasn't fair in their mind. And they hate how things are, but they're not going to do anything about it. And I feel like you're fine with that because you've already made your peace of just like, I'm going to do enough or whatever I need to do to get me by. But on the whole, like I'm just not going to feed into the toxicity of this dynamic again. Also be mindful because gambling can lead to, and this to me, it doesn't have to be just money, gambling, etc. It can be any type of addiction or any type of bad influence. This does, like I said, this person or situation that you're dealing with, they don't feel very grounded. Or perhaps what they want is, okay. Like, it's like you have to be the one that kind of sets the boundaries is what it looks like. You have to be the ones to set the boundaries, to set the tone. And I think in some ways, like whatever this past thing is that you're addressing, and this is part of like what feels like it still needs to be wrapped up, is a very specific conversation, a conversation where everybody is clear about what is going on, how each individual, everybody involved feels, etc. Because it does look like someone is trying to throw some options on the table, but you're kind of in this mode of like, no, like this is what it is, and maybe someone's making some excuses. Maybe they are trying to justify some bad behavior. Ace of Cups, bring some light, bring some clarity about struggles that they had. It just also doesn't really look like you're being moved too much. Leo. Like, you just feel very clear about what your opinion is about this dynamic. For you, you're ready to kind of close things out. I don't know. But there's still a lot holding on. There's still a lot like holding on from the past. And again, like, just be mindful, because it, like, as much as you do have new options coming towards you, that might almost seem like, oh, this is interesting or whatever. That's the whole point of why you don't want to move too fast through this, because it even looks like what you have coming in is like a little bit subpar. Sorry. We have Two of Wands, Page of Wands. So you might have options, but also not really like loving the options that are coming in. It's smitten, right? It's like Page of Wands can be very, it's like the person out at the club that's like flirting with everybody else. That's Page of Wands. It doesn't really matter who and what it is. It feels good in the moment, but is it long lasting? Not so much, right? And so there is some type of attraction to this, especially if you are putting yourself out there, or you're looking for a new job and you have a lot of people are like, yeah, you're awesome, you have so many skills, blah blah blah. It's basically saying, like, don't let anybody, like, really kind of move slow with any new decisions that you're making. I don't necessarily see you jumping into anything too quickly, because even if you try to, no offense, but it's going to fall flat quick, right? Like, you're going to see this very, very quickly. Ace of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Death card. Like, it's just going to be like the honeymoon period is short-lived. Sorry, Leo. I don't mean to wish ill will. It's not that at all. I think it's just like Spirit is like giving you every opportunity to slow down. I think that's a little bit easier said than done, because you want to be moved through this. But this is 100%, I love myself. So when I am present, my true self appears. The authentic self is an expression of pure love. Loving myself is my real spirit. When I love and know myself, I am capable of truly loving others. And that can sometimes be the problem with putting a Band-Aid on a solution. That's kind of how we started the reading, right? This full circle moment. Like, when we're doing the Band-Aids, we're not looking very deep. We're not really understanding why we did certain things, why we attracted people who do certain things, etc. And kind of understanding that component is incredibly powerful, especially when we are bringing in new opportunities, new dynamics, because we don't want to be bringing in more of the old, even if it is a different person, different situation. A lot of times, if we haven't learned the lesson, then we go right back into the same situation. Sorry. Wah, wah. Okay, intuition is a part of me. Intuition is a wise instinct within my balanced inner self that allows me to do things harmoniously. When I listen to my intuition, I produce great ideas and enjoy life. And the easiest way we can listen to our intuition is really just like I said. Did I say it at the beginning of this one? I hope so. But just really like quieting our heart, our mind, our soul, our nervous system to whatever capacity that is for you. Meditation is one of the easiest ways to do it. I love transcendental meditation, or meditation with a mantra. It really helps us kind of allow ourselves to release into that space that is unified field, endless potential, the pool of endless creativity. Sorry, I'm trying to like simplify it, but it's like a very expansive concept that's hard to simplify. So the truth is in silence. I will shut up now. No, but it is. Truth is not in words. Truth is not appearance. Truth is not distractions. Truth is just within myself. And the exact reason why it is so powerful for you this week, Leo, to like just let yourself be calm, still, really just kind of see what's playing out. Take your time. It doesn't mean you can't go out and have fun and like do what you need to do. I'm a huge proponent of that, right? But just be conscious, be mindful of who and what you're giving your energy to and how much you really want to invest. Because if it's not feeling right, Two of Wands energy, then it is a perfect idea to take a beat and really like scrutinize what is the disconnect, and what you want to choose moving forward. So I hope this helped. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Leo. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.